Hello, walk with me, talk with me. God bless you. May God continue to bless you and may this situation never happen to you. Yeah, so I hear a lot of people talking about narcissism, and I had to experience it in the most horrific way. Um, like I said, nobody is perfect, nobody is without sin, but sin brought things that I couldn't imagine. Like I said, one sin could just ruin your life. So be careful before you allow a person to, I don't know, basically open your legs, invite themselves into your life. Even not just your legs. A lot of narcissistic issues I went was allowing people. I opened my door. So I guess the doors can be the doors to your legs can be like the doors to um, your valuables as much as the doors to your home. With that being said, I want to just kind of go through some of the things that narcissism caused and I experienced in hopes that you take your time, in hopes that you, especially in this generation, you get to know people. You get to know people intentions. You get to know people patterns. And I think a pattern shows within a year. A lot of guys only go with women during certain holidays, Saturdays and Sundays for church and different things. And until you see a cycle, I don't believe you know what you're dealing with. And also, a lot of women, they tell us all the time we're blind. We we um we only hear what we want to hear, and we believe, especially if you think you are a good woman or a blessed woman and you've heard that you would be a good catch. You want to know why this person doesn't want to catch you, when you fall, and you want to try to fix a person sometimes. And none of that is wise thing. So whenever you do decide to go walk in love, I advise you to please take your head with you, and also pay attention to what he's saying out of his head and on how he feels, and don't take it lightly, and also be certain that some people will lie. Some people will tell you one thing. They might even tell you they want you to have their children or anything like that, and the next thing you know, it's a horror story because they're saying that they never said that. And also, when you're dealing with narcissistic people or any individual, I think screenshots is necessary, because a lot of these people are unaccountable for their actions, and they're going to hide their actions, and they're always going to say, I didn't say this, I didn't say that, you mistook this, you mistook that. And a lot of these people like to do triangulation, and they'll have other people who they're involved with, whether they got involved with after. A lot of people be involved with during and you don't even know, and they're calling, and it's like you have receipts because these people be telling them they didn't say this, they didn't do that, they didn't portray a possible, relationship or anything like that. Anyway, but the experiences that I spent through that narcissistic person, it shown me that I had narcissistic people all around me. I had a lot of people who wanted to create an image that I was such a bad person. I had a lot of people who wanted to create an image that I was so promiscuous, that I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that, I wasn't loud enough, I wasn't ghetto enough, I wasn't strong enough. And none of them proceeded to do anything better than me in the roles that they did. They always try to make it seem like I wasn't Christian enough. I don't know anybody more in touch with God. They always try to make it seem I wasn't woman enough. And I like I said, I know I would be an excellent wife if it wasn't for the situations I went through. But anyway, with narcissistic people, I'm still experiencing the fly and monkey issues. I'm still experiencing people who were close to the narcissistic person who allowed him to, I don't know if it was to contact people at my job. I believe he was already a part of, involved in people in my family. These people know you before you even come around. So I had people in his family hate me, people in my family hate me, people that he was dealing with, women, just have all these people have all these hostile ways towards me. So now it looks like I am the problem. A lot of these people want to make it look like you are the problem. You are the one, you are the blessing. Oftentimes they take our ways, our hearts, our souls, and they try to be us, and they need us out the way. I'm sure often the love that he took to other women was based on the love that I showed him, because these type of people don't know love. These type of people don't have souls, these type of people only do things for benefit. They can know love, but it has to be with a benefit. They have to have a supply in order to feel that way, and I heard that doesn't even last long, but which is way out of my league or concern. But yeah, anyway, what happens is I thought I was losing my mind. I thought that I was doing things in my sleep. I thought that somehow I was deserving of different things. I was always having to repair vehicles and lose my home and almost lost my family. And there was never, I'm going to tell you, years later, there's never an apology. I have a child. There was not one time I received a birthday gift. There was, it was just a total disrespect to show, like, to that person, which to nobody, I could never imagine making anybody feel like that I was trash to that person. And not only to that person, to their family. The family will have a hostile way towards you, as if you were the one who did all these things to this person or to them. And it's just very, very dangerous, because like I said, and it goes more into narcissistic people and why they chose us, because just as a good person, I've noticed people will try to put any type of storyline, because no one wants to believe that there are good people who exist. So they will throw any type of storyline out there and expect it to float, because so many people want to already think bad about us. And they should already know that nobody's perfect. None of us are claiming to be perfect. But we're not accepting what you said about us, because often it be things that they did that they don't want to be accountable for. He didn't want to be accountable for participating to make a child. He didn't want to be, the family didn't want to be accountable that this person pursued me, And again, I was minding my business, forgetting the person, but for some reason, as an ego boost, it was like I was saving myself for this person. No, I'm just not out here that way, period. That was just an image that you created, I can wait years until I find somebody who I want to be with in any type of way, friendship, intimate, or any type of way. And everything that I did, they made it seem like it was centered around this person. Everywhere I moved, every move I make, everything I tried to do for my family, like everything was a competition, and not for me. It was not. I never felt less of a woman or in competition with any women. That they moved on. I never felt that they were better than me. Let's put it that way. But for some reason, even though people are doing better than you, they still feel that you are a competition, just as a good person, just as a chosen person, as a blessed person. So I don't know if narcissism has something to do with that, because it exposed to me that I had those type of people already in my life. I had those type of people who already didn't like that I was loved. Even though I was I was adopted, that I was loved. A lot of people would just try to find ways to say why I should be in trouble, or why, even though I was just not a bad person, they were just always trying to find ways to stir up problems between me and my grandmother, until we got a bond that was unbreakable. But prior to that, I had plenty of narcissistic people in my life that I didn't know what it was. I just saw it as hatred. And later on, I saw it as jealousy. And none of it I never understood, because I don't have those ways towards people. And that's not to make me perfect, but I'm saying that people sin differently. But a narcissistic person will just have you in the most craziest things. You're just trying to live your life. You go to school and the teachers attacking you. You go to jobs, the companies, employers are attacking you. Everybody, like nothing that you do they don't want you to be successful. Like I can't even find. No, I'm not. I've been taking care of myself. I'm not unattractive or anything, but because of just this image that they have out here and just these lies and how people, I guess if enough people say it and enough people believe it, it has to go, and they have things going about you that you don't even know, that people feel a certain way about you or people are saying about you, because it never really, especially if you're like me and you're not a gossiper, it's never going to hardly get back to you unless somebody's willing enough to tell you, and anyway, so with that being said, years later, like I'm still experiencing, first of all, I have to get back on my finances from all the loss, all the things that I lost, all the things that I worked hard for, it's difficult for people to get a house, a car, or different things like that. And it's like, dang, I had it in my hand, But like I said, these narcissistic people will make you lose everything. Everything that you do is a competition. You can't have everything, you're embarrassing that person, and it's crazy because like Les Brown said, like, dang, you didn't necessarily have to help me. You didn't necessarily have to buy my daughter a birthday gift, but you didn't have to burn, down the house or slit the tire and stop me from being able to go get it or try to take my life, try to take our lives, Like, I don't understand. And I don't understand the toughness of all these individuals trying to attack one person. But like I said, there's something way more deeper and powerful inside of us that we may never understand, because there was something after all of that. Some people can never even get one vehicle, 1 degree. There's a lot of things that we accomplish that people cannot do. And like I said, they hide it with, they hide it families, they hide it with marriages. They had it with all these different things. And I promise I was never a person who was attacking them, so they were able to do this stuff scot-free, and still sometimes couldn't do it. And that's not to insult anybody, but that's just to show how powerful we are, how many times we had to pick ourselves up and rebuild and be renewed and blessed and still stay connected to God. There's something special in us, that I think is attracted to the narcissistic person. And there's people out here who are, I don't know, different groups and agencies to tear us down and to hold us down. So we have to hold our heads up. And I just need you to know that it's not real when you're starting to feel that you can't think right, or you're losing your mind, you're getting old. A lot of things I thought I was just getting old. And it was just the stress of this individual, this demonic individual and their families and some of mine, and just hatred all around me, period, wherever it came from, as if nobody wants me to be right about anything. Nobody wants me to think clearly. Nobody wants me to see green is green or blue is blue. Everybody's offended if I know something. Everybody's offended if I acknowledge something, as if we're just supposed to be dumb. We're supposed to not be able to do different things because we don't do it like them, because we're not, loud or ghetto or whatever type. And some people can be, and then it's the opposite. How some people think you can't do stuff because you're this and there's something else. It's a mess. And I would just advise the best is to take your time and get to know people and their families. If them families don't like you, you don't like dude, because I don't know the only person that they could get information from. That's the only common person, like they said, common factor is that individual. And like if you're talking to friends and their friends and other family members are getting information about you, even though it's negative, it's getting twisted by the only common factor. There are people who lie, but there's honestly always the person who is available, who is there, and you can see it, but we just don't want to believe it. And a lot of things I didn't want to believe. A lot of things I couldn't see. How could somebody be that hateful? How could groups of people be that hateful for one person, one kind individual who just wants to better the world and mainly get home and take care of their family? Same things they want, Nobody was endangering them, It was nothing that made them look hard for endangering me or bothering me, because they were never in danger. Nobody was at war with them. But these narcissistic people will be at war with you and make you think at night you were some type of Power Ranger, like that they feel like they have to come so full force, get police involved, get CPS involved on a good woman, make men think that you're not a prize, because you made one mistake, and the one mistake of all the mistakes was that individual. They tried to make it seem like my life was a mess. The only mess I had was being involved with that individual and all the messes that he made into my life, that he added into my life. Okay, so I don't know. Hopefully I help somebody and bless somebody besides just pouring out my life story. But it never ends. Like I said, years later, like even then I thought it, when I forgot how the narcissistic person even looked, and I accepted my fate as being just a single mom, it was the second time around anyway, and it wasn't like I don't know, it's not like I really wanted that much, it's not like, my first love where I wanted marriage from him, so I just accepted my fate, and everything that I did from that point on was as if a competition, as if I wanted that individual, and it just wasn't true. And a lot of things that they said just was not true, and it's just anything to make us seem like, I don't know, like bad women or promiscuous women or anything like that. And you should be able to live your life, you don't have to be a saint sitting down on your floor humming all day. But anyway, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but that was my experience with narcissism, and it was a very scary one, because from jump it was trying to destroy my life, take my life, destroy my family. It was just crazy. It is something I wouldn't wish on anybody, and it was just for making one mistake, and it didn't even seem like a mistake at that time. So be safe, be careful. Make sure people are friendships and friends, and earn your friendship and your time, because one mistake, there's a lot of crazy people out here, and you don't know what situations they have going on, and they will do anything to protect their reputations. Sometimes in these churches, they'll do anything to protect their reputations in their families, with women, with their friends. So anyway, it was just a very scary scenario that I still have to live. I still have to wonder who thinks what, who thinks why, and why this person is hostile. And I've never been hostile to them, So if I'm looking at you like you're crazy and I don't know what you're mad about, it's because, I know at the end of the day, all I've ever tried to do was get home to provide and take care of what I was supposed to take care of. And I believe there's a lot of people out here like that, and there's a lot of stories that people put on people's lives that wasn't true, to make it seem like they were aggressive, as if they were the pursuer, if they deserved the damage of their property, and different setups and scenarios.